as you said, the reality may not happen the way the ideal situation may become. Because I suppose we're wishful thinking kind of situation, and the world, I would like the world to become better, of course, and a lot of people agrees with that, but when you look at the reality, when you face with issues of economic difficulty, business going bad, etc., then you may, very easy to fall back to the business like usual kind of situation. So I agree that is more likely than utopia, the situation become better. If you were to advise Korea, Korean government, the current government, how they should focus on their relations with the outside world, what would you think the most important policy that this government can adopt?
I think that the big risk with COVID is that we all become narrow minded and inward looking, because the border, we put all these quarantine borders, that's also symbolic. Like it could be happen to our mind that we go into a prolonged state where everybody is behind its doors and going inward looking, and China is actually doing this, and most countries are doing this at the moment because they're an emergency. I think for Korea, there is actually at the moment a challenge, but also an opportunity, because the region especially is changing because of all the things we discussed, including the rise of China. And Korea has done a good job with the COVID, and they need to resist the temptation of just closing in. They have an opportunity to attract more people, more investment. If you look at, for example, what's happening in Hong Kong, Hong Kong used to be the financial hub, the place east meet west, like where the Western world, Asia meet. Now, because of the Beijing grip on Hong Kong as a financial hub is in big jeopardy. So where are all these people, these companies going to go? Where? They need another option in Asia, and there are not many options left. So some will go to Singapore. But I mean, Korea has a card to play here. They could attract more companies to Korea. But to do that, you need to be open-minded. You need to have a international, or at least regional outlook. You can't just afford to say, okay, let's play safe, let's look at our own country, own peninsula. You need to basically enlarge your vision. So that would be my modest advice to Korea. Like, look up beyond the emergency of COVID, look at the bigger picture in the region, and look at how you can actually save some opportunities. If you making some bold move about being open, because there are some opportunity to be catched, and the region of course is going through going to become more and more challenging. But that's why many international players will want a safe haven. They want somewhere where they can be based, and this place is not going to be China. It's not going to be Hong Kong. So Korea has a card to play. So I would say that would be the advice. So enlarge your vision beyond the peninsula.
That is a very good advice and recommendation. I agree completely with what you say. And I hope that the Moon Jae-in government, one of the problems of Korea and Japan and probably Northeast Asian countries at large is that we are not that internationally outward looking. We are more sort of inward looking, especially even Japan, as you know. So, as you say, some of the Southeast Asian countries or the leadership of those countries are more international orientated, and those some of these leaders in Japan and Korea, they don't even speak English, as you will know. So it's very good advice, and I hope that we do realize that for a country like Korea, which is middle-sized, small, medium-sized country, needs to open up and become more international and to understand what is happening outside its own borders more than it is doing now, especially the politicians. So, thank you, Sebastian.
Thank
it was
you.
a pleasure. It was
pleasure.
very nice chatting with you.
Yes.
And I hope we can do this again.
Yes, it's a pleasure. And of course, the final advice that, keep your life. I mean, we cannot change everything in the world. We can change our life. We can make our life better, and we can enjoy good thing in life, which is good people
like
and
single malt whiskey.
Single malt whiskey. Cheers.
Enchanté, yes.
Enchanté.